Confident and ready for action, the Bulls as they headed to the locker room earlier on. The hometown crowd certain to give them a warm welcome. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sidelines. Now Sacramento starting five. Sabonis is the center with Murray next to him. Backcourt pair is Fox and Monk. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. And for Chicago, Vucevic is the pivot. Williams is in the other post spot. Dosunmu is out there with ball. And it's Levine in at the 3 slot. And Greg, on paper, this looks like a real mismatch. These teams have very different expectations.
And in any matchup like this, the early stages are important. The team coming in as a big underdog has to keep it close, otherwise things can go south in a hurry.
Now, here's Dosunmu. Outside, ball. Well, good with the triple.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
DeRozan passes to Fox. Six to shoot. Deep 2 from Murray. They get it back. Sabonis kicks to DeRozan. Good, and it's Sabonis with the assist that time.
You could see his confidence on that shot. DeMar DeRozan catches it, fires it without a pause.
Levine, good work there as it goes.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Love the fact that Ball can use his lift to annoy shooters. Make sure whoever he's on doesn't get off a clean shot.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Kings on top, leading by just 1. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
And here now the Kings. Vucevic is out there with Smith. Then it's White. Then there's Carter. And it's Phillips in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now, here's DeRozan. Lyles with a wide-open look. And a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Carter looking around. White dishes to Carter. Just 5 on the clock. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Trains the three-pointer. Smith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. DeRozan with it. Tries it from 19. 2 points. That one goes. DeRozan's got 5 points so far.
This is why you involve DeRozan in pick and rolls. He just knows how to execute off them. Just so smooth.
It's all tied in Chicago. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
The Kings 5. Ladies
and now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They were slightly better in the second. Not a big difference between these two. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I like what I'm seeing on the offensive end. They're keeping things simple, getting to their spots and executing. Nothing fancy, kind of like Shaq's suit.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
Hard to feel happy when your opponent's shooting over 60%. They're going to have to make things harder for those guys defensively. Force them out their comfort zone. Contest every shot.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Second half underway, and here's who Mike Brown's got on the floor. Backcourt pair is Fox and Monk. Sabonis is the center with Murray next to him. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward position. There's Sabonis, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Nice persistence on the glass. Sabonis understanding how to use his body and length, too.
Pass the ball. High post Vucevic all alone. And he hits the jump shot.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Fox against Ball. Fox passes to DeRozan. For three, Murray. Williams with the block. And he gets it back. Goes up again, inside. Sabonis with the bucket.
Such a tenacious player inside. Sabonis doesn't settle and gets his shot.
12 seconds left to play in the third. Now here's Levine. Shoots over DeRozan. Nice D from DeRozan. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Kings lead by 2. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Frank Levine on the wing. Torrey Craig is out there with Smith. And it's Ball in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim. And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 4. There's 39 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Olden. David.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He told them to pick up the pace. He said, if we're going to win, we have to seize this moment and act fast. He said, go all out or go home. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Levine can't hit.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
And they go to the intentional foul. Chicago making some changes. Vucevic, he's checked in for Smith. Williams comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Dosunmu in for Ball. And then for Sacramento, Sabonis comes in for Alex Len. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for McDermott.
You gotta love how scrappy De'Aaron Fox is. No matter what kind of challenges he faces in a game, he's never giving less than his all.
Sacramento making a switch here. Monk's checked in. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Domantas Sabonis.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Shooting
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
At the line for 2.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
There's 18 seconds left in the game. Here's Levine, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Defensive foul.
Answering the call, Zach Levine. He wants the ball late. He wants to be the go-to guy.
And the free throw, no good. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Vucevic. Second personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
At the line for the Kings.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. There's Ball with the 3. That shot off the mark. So the Kings win it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother. I mean, road team, home team.